Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Nate and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the process to becoming an Army nurse. I'm going to be letting you all know my personal experience. And lastly, answering some questions that I received in my previous video. If you haven't seen that video already, go watch it. I will link it in the cards up here so you guys can check it out. Before we get started with today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to get your girl in the algorithm so more people can join the military and become an Army nurse. I am not an expert on this subject matter and only can give you all basic information, but I encourage you to go talk to a recruiter if you want more knowledge on how to become an Army nurse. So first, let's talk about the process to becoming an Army nurse. So the 4 ways that you can become an Army nurse that I know is through direct commissioning, ROTC, Green to Gold, and AECP, which is the AMED Enlisted Commissioning Program. Okay, so let's talk about direct commissioning. When you direct commission, basically, you are already a nurse in the civilian world, but then you decide that you wanted to be in the Army as a nurse, so you direct commission that way. You do that by talking to a recruiter, and they will give you all more information on how the process actually works. The second way is through ROTC, which is what I did, which we'll talk about a little later in this video. With ROTC, you are already going to a 4-year bachelor's degree producing college to get your degree in nursing. So while you're in school, you join the ROTC program and commission after you graduate. So next we have the Green and Gold program. With the Green and Gold program, you are already enlisted into the Army. You have active duty orders. After meeting so many requirements, you are then accepted into the Green and Gold program, where they will pay for you to go to school to get your bachelor's degree. And you will also have to join ROTC at that college to do Green and Gold. That's like one of the requirements. With the Green and Gold program, you don't have to technically go into nursing. You can get any degree of your choice. But if you want to be a nurse, of course your degree would be nursing. So lastly, we have AECP. With that program, that is strictly commissioning to become an Army nurse officer. I have a friend who commissioned that way. She was enlisted and then she did AECP. Now she is an Army nurse officer. With the AECP, you have to meet so many requirements, just like the Green and Gold. You are already enlisted into the active duty military, but I also think you can be reserve or National Guard as well to get accepted into this program. Another difference is you don't have to go to ROTC at your school. So those are the 2 differences between the Green and Gold program with this one. 1 is strictly committed to nursing, and 2, you don't have to do ROTC at your school to go. One thing that I would like to mention is with the enlisted programs, which is the Green and Gold and AECP, the Army will fully pay for you to go to school. You'll be getting paid your grade and rank. You'll be getting paid like you have a job, but your only job is to go to school. So that's a benefit if you are already enlisted into the military. Okay, so now that I told you all the process on how to become an Army nurse, let me tell you guys a little bit about my story. The military was nowhere in my plans. I had no hopes and dreams to join in the military at all. But my mom, she was always pushing, like, join the military, like you can retire by such and such age, and you'll have a lot of benefits. Like, I wish someone told me when I was your age to join the military. So with that being said, I always kept it in the back of my mind that, so if college don't work out, I'll just join the military to do something in life. But I really, really wanted to go to college. When I chose the college that I wanted to go to, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to their nursing program. But when I was looking at all their degree producing programs, I didn't see nursing on the list. And I really, really wanted to go to that school. So I was like, okay, I'll just get a degree in science. What was I gonna do with science? After talking to my advisor, we discussed that there was a nursing program. So instantly I changed my major from science to nursing. I was in college for 1 semester. Your girl could not pay to go to school. I got kicked out the 2nd semester because I couldn't pay for it. I was in a weird situation where I was too rich to get financial aid, but too poor to actually pay for school. So I ended up reaching out to that recruiter that gave me her information that I said I always kept in my back pocket. Y'all, at the time, I didn't know anything about the military. And I walked up in her office, like, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Navy, because one time in high school, I remember a Navy officer coming to talk to the class. And I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. If I ever join the military, maybe it'll be Navy. So I went to a Army National Guard office and asked her, yeah, I think I want to go into the Navy. And she looked at me like, girl, what? No, you're going Army National Guard. And you know how recruiters be. If you don't know, they trying to recruit you, okay? They trying to get you in and pull you in. While going through the process, I was learning a lot about like enlisted and commissioning as an officer. And I always knew that I wanted to commission and be an officer because one, while she was telling me like, oh, you can do ROTC here, and when you graduate commission as an officer, you won't be enlisted. And as she was telling me all of that stuff, the officer round sounded better, but I needed a quick fix so that I can get back into college the next semester. She was like, you gotta do this, you gotta get a physical, you gotta go to MEPS, you gotta do all this stuff. And I'm like, bet. So I'm checking it off the list. I went to MEPS, I took the ASVAB, passed that on the first try. Like, I was just doing all the things to get accepted into the military so that I can go back to college. I even tell her, like, with MOSs, like, if you know anything about the military, once you go enlisted, you have to have a job title, and that's your MOS. I want the MOS that has the least amount of weeks in AIT. That's what I told her, and she was like, okay, you can be a cook, you can be a truck driver. I decided to be a truck driver. I went to basic training, went to AIT. Here I go in the National Guard as a private, ranking up as the years was going by. I did the National Guard for 5 years and like 3 months, I think. But really, I did it the whole time that I was in school getting my bachelor's degree for nursing. If you want to know my crazy nursing stories, I have videos that you can watch on my channel already. So go check those out to see my experience in nursing school. But yeah, so the whole time I was in college, I was in the National Guard. And I knew from talking to the recruiter earlier that I wanted to commission. But the quickest way to get into the Army to pay for school was through getting enlisted. I was enlisted in the Army National Guard, and I also was going to college to be a nurse. So I was doing two things at once, in the National Guard and going to college to be a nurse. While I was in college being a nurse, I also had the option to join the ROTC program. So although I was enlisted in the National Guard program, if I join the ROTC program, by the time I graduate college, I can commission as an officer. No matter if I wanted to stay in the National Guard, go reserve, or join active duty. If I do ROTC, once I graduate, that's an automatic commission. Because I was already enlisted into the National Guard, I only had to do 2 years of ROTC because the time in basic training and AIT, that counts as like the first 2 years of ROTC. So I already had a plan that, okay, once I get accepted into the nursing program, that's when I'll do ROTC. Because for me, I just didn't want to do it if I didn't have to. Once I got accepted into my nursing program, I got accepted into the ROTC program. And that's how I just went through. And once I graduated from nursing school, I commissioned directly into ROTC. So the way that it worked with my National Guard contract. So like I told you guys, I was in the National Guard for like 5 years and 3 months while I was going to college. The day that I graduated, I swore in to become an officer. Once I got all that paperwork, I wasn't involved in my discharge with the National Guard, but in the back end somewhere, they got that paperwork, sent it to my National Guard unit. They gave me an honorably discharge, and from that moment I was now a active duty Army officer. Okay, so because I feel like this video is already so long, I want to film the Q&A portion in a separate video. So if you guys want to see the Q&A, please check out the next video. Subscribe to my channel so you can get updates when I post the Q&A. And yeah guys, that brings us to an end to this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me down a comment below. Leave video ideas in the comment below so that I can know what videos to make next. And lastly, subscribe to my channel so you can get more content like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.